Well, I thought it was unacceptable. I was watching it and I kept blinking my eye, and I wanted to believe I wasn't seeing well. I was disappointed. I have studied what happens in Parliament virtually all over the world, and if you get into hang Parliament, some of these things happen. In lesser democracies, sometimes there is an open brawl in Parliament, and sometimes even in mature democracies, you have people getting into heated altercations that sometimes degenerate into fisticuffs and all that. But in Ghana, we have shown clearly that we want to climb higher the ladder of democratic progression. And so I was expecting that some lessons may have been learned when Speaker Bagwin was being elected following the 2020 elections, and that those lessons were going to be guiding how we were relating, MPs were going to be relating with themselves. So I was very, very, very disappointed when I saw something like that, to the extent that tables are being broken, and chairs are being broken, microphones are being destroyed, and are being destroyed. I kept wondering, because in the university here that I teach, one of the reasons why management is now being stern on students has been that it became a certain norm that anytime a certain group of students went on demonstration, they destroyed property. And management was so unhappy about that. So they've taken drastic steps to sensitize students that you are free to go on demonstration, you are free to go on procession and all that. But in doing so, don't destroy property that belongs to the state, property that we use taxpayers' money to purchase, and we are supposed to be using taxpayers' money to be maintaining. And so even among the little students, they now appreciate the fact that they have the right to dissent and they can do whatever they want to do to show dissent, but whatever they want to do to show dissent must not include the destruction of public property. And so if students are being socialized into accepting some of these norms, and they are willing clearly to comply with such socialization, I find it difficult to accept how members of Parliament who are given the title honorable people would not would go beyond dissent to the point of destroying public property. I was quite taken aback. I know they could have simply walked out to show their dissent, but in my view, I think that per their own calculation, a simple walkout would have been inconsequential, because they felt that if you walk out, the other side will still have the numbers to do whatever we wanted to do. And so that's how come then I got a bit also disappointed in the chair of the committee, Bernard Ahiafo. Around this time, when he saw that things were getting out of hand, he could simply have called upon the marshals of the house to keep to bring order in the chaotic situation. He didn't do that. Okay, if he had done that swiftly, I think that yes, they could have prevented the destruction of the state property that took place, perpetrated by very honorable people who are supposed to be honorable members of Parliament. So, look, I have called on IGP Dompreh that we know who he is. He's a no-nonsense Inspector General of Police. We've seen him arrest members of Parliament and government officials for committing various traffic offences. Yeah. This is also about destruction of public or state property. and it's not something that he can sweep under the carpet. Whoever has done that, I think, must be brought to book and must be dealt with according to the laws of the country. No single member of parliament is above the laws of the country.